My name is Barbara Wheel. Welcome to She Asks Sandra Battaglinni. This podcast is a work in progress by using written questions. So I asked Sandra Battaglinni about her, where she's from, describe what she does for a living, and what's her podcast called. I wanted to know her best or worst audience experience. And I asked her, is comedy therapy for you? She had some fantastic answers. So anytime you're ready to start.
All right. My name is Sandra Battaglinni, and I'm from Sudbury, Ontario. What do I do? Well, I am a stand-up comic, a writer, and clown. So I make a living from all of those things. Not a clown, like I don't go to birthday parties or anything like that, but I more will host events. If it's a corporate thing, we'll host events as a character clown. And then I do it, as part of cabarets and stuff. And I have a podcast called The Spam Show, and it's pretty rad. Oh, dear. Best audience experiences. I'm going to start with the worst one. I think the worst one I ever had was, it was my last solo show. It was called Hard-Headed Woman, and it was the last night. It was the closing night, and it had been an amazing run. It was at the Diesel Playhouse, which used to be the Tim Sims Playhouse. There was a guy in the audience who I kept talking to, and then he said that he had to go to the bathroom, and I told him, the show's definitely not over, so go to the bathroom. And my director, who was also my tech person, Mark Andrada, decided to, he raised the lights, the guy left, then he ends up coming back, and when he came back, he threw a bottle of his urine at me.
Oh my God.
And it just deflected off of my arm and landed right in front of the stage. And there was a spotlight on it, and everyone was terrified. because it just happened to be a night where most of my family was there, and everyone freaked out, and I didn't know what to do. And I could not, in fact, I didn't deal with it, so then I couldn't get over my show. I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. I had to go to Cuba. And it was finally Cuba kind of relaxed me, but it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Best audience experience? Oh my God, I've had so many of them. Okay. I just recently started doing this character. Her name is, oh God, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she's a Russian porn star. And I do this sort of in the clown bouffant cabarets in the city. Hornia, Proskaya Dominikava. Anyways, the story is that she's a famous porn star. Not anymore. She did this trilogy called Tennis, and she would squirt after she taught tennis. The guy would do her really hard, and then she would squirt on them. So as part, I do this sort of monologue, I guess, off the top, and then I ask somebody from the audience to help me reenact a scene from tennis. We play imaginary tennis, and then I get them to lie down to start talking to me, and then I have a colostomy bag, and I pee on them, or the water comes out. And I just did this recently at the Lunacy Cabaret. It's 300 people. It's it's probably one of the craziest shows around. And this guy didn't know what to do, and I literally wet his entire crotch. And after the show, I saw him, and I'm like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, no, man, that was totally cool. And when I did it, and I've done this character a few times, that every time I do that, it's people cheer like I scored a goal, and it's the craziest. Well, I've done so many crazy things, and that was the best audience experience. Is comedy therapy for me? Yeah, you know what? I don't like to think of it as I'm going there to, to put my garbage on people. I think it's a combination of letting stuff out and making fun of it, mocking it, and then letting the audience off too, because whatever I'm thinking, they're thinking too. We're sort of, because I do clown, it's the idea is that the clown is the mirror to the world, or if it's the anti-clown, the bouffon, let's say, it's to show the world the hypocrisy. So in a way, it's kind of it's just a way of release. And I have to say though that, I do comedy. It makes me feel better. I physically feel better. If I don't do it for a while, and it's never a while, I never do it. I never go, once in a blue moon, I might, not do it for a week. But if in those situations, sometimes I'm like, why am I feeling? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go and do a show. And, yeah, that's it.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Sandra.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Sean Peaver for the music. I'd like to thank the technical crew of Podalmighty and all the guests of She Asks. I would also like to thank Netflix for being our sponsor. Netflix.com/Podalmighty.